welcome back to Hush Hush Taboo Talks with Juju and Shay. I'm Shay.
I'm Juju.
In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Pisces, the zodiac sign Pisces. It is Pisces season, y'all. So happy birthday to you crazy ass bitches.
Happy birthday, Pisces. Spicy Pisces.
Spicy Pisces, yeah.
That's the truth. I like it. Yeah. And we're on time. I think we're relatively on time. It's also a new moon in Pisces. So, you want to get into key features?
Yeah, I think the dates start February 19th to March the 20th.
Right.
So if you're Pisces, your birthday is in that, range, February 19th to March the 20th.
Yes.
I didn't even know it goes into that deep in March. Wow. So, so happy birthday, guys. We're already in it.
Glad you made it.
Right.
And the new moon in Pisces was the 19th of February, I think. Okay. So there felt, I think, 2 days before the actual date and up to 5 days after. That might be the full moon, but either way, it's good to harness the energies that accompany it, that go, that are inherently Pisces.
Yes.
So Pisces are ruled by ruled by Neptune. I guess Mercury's trying to send a message. It's definitely getting in the way of communication right now.
Right.
Quiet your sign, girl. No, your ruling planet. Ruled by Neptune, Pisces are, which represents dreams, creativity, spirituality, sensitivity, compassion, intuition, psychic ability. It's also the Jesus fish archetype. So Jesus has qualities, or the Christ energy, I guess. Right. Has qualities of Pisces. They're also like very giving, and it's so intuitive, like hyper intuitive, that they know too much. Like they're so in the ether that they're just that spiritually inclined. So I always thought that was fascinating, and I'm intuitive too, so I appreciate that. And it's definitely the oldest and wisest water energy, and the last sign. So it's the oldest, astrologically speaking, as well.
Right. And it's a water sign, so in my experience with water signs, they are quite emotional beings, except Scorpios. I feel like Scorpios are the least emotional in the water sign range, but Pisces is the second. Cancer is definitely the most sensitive, and I feel like Pisces would get that second award out of all the signs, to be honest with you. I feel like they are so passionate about what they do and what they stand on that they can get overly emotional and start crying, and they can be criers just like Cancers. And water, they're emotional. Water is an emotional element, so I feel like that in general can be like, look at Krishan. Y'all know Krishan Rock. She's a Pisces.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So she's kind of emotional. She's a lot of emotional. She shows emotion all the time.
And she's a young Pisces.
She could be a crier. Your messy puss stop.
Look, who wasn't, right? Who wasn't young and more messy then? Hopefully the trend is to get more prudent and less messy with age. But
I actually mess with Pisces. Pisces are good people. The women are feisty. Okay, the men and women, I feel like. The men and women. Let me stop.
I was going to say this.
Let me not, separate the two, because both of y'all could be feisty as hell. And sassy and feisty, they'll give you that. It's weird because they kind of give a little fire energy, because they're like fiery and fury, But they also can give, they give that spice. Yeah. They're probably the most spicy, I feel like, out of the water signs.
Spicy.
The Spice Awards. Spicy.
Ooh, the spicy. Yeah. I like that. That was just off the cuff.
Right.
But yeah, that could go into a rhyme or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I always feel instantly drawn to them without knowing what they are. So, and if I'm comfortable with them and I find out that they're Pisces, then that explains it. Even though I'm mostly fire, so it seems like it might not work.
It could be a hit or miss.
But I also have what isn't fire is mostly water, so that makes sense.
Right. And also from my experience, I'm speaking on my experience again. I had Pisces friends in the past. I don't have much today, and it's not because falling out or anything like that. It's just like time and distance or whatever. But they've proven themselves to me as very loyal people at the end of the day. Not in relationships though. Okay, so past relationship with a Pisces man, that didn't go so well. But a loyal friendship and loyal people as, friendships, I love Pisces as friends because they will defend you to the core. Like I had multiple Pisces friends in the past that was like, no, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. They're very like loyal. They will stand by you.
Yeah.
Regardless.
For better or worse.
For better, right, that part.
Unapologetically.
That part.
They are right.
If they mess with you, they mess with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They stand 10 toes down on it.
And if not, then they don't, and you know it.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to be on particularly a Pisces bad side. Probably not.
They will go at it. And they'll go at it for days too. They feisty, like I said, they got that mouth.
Yeah.
Another one, not to go into signs, but I'm just giving examples of, celebrities. Look at Tamar Braxton. Like, she will give you that don't mess with me type of energy. Like, that's how she do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you get you see the Pisces in certain people, and you can actually see, oh yeah, she's a Pisces. Like, you can see them. Like, I know a Pisces when I see them.
And they're opinionated.
They're very opinionated, but for a good thing. I feel like they don't do it.
So I say it affectionately,
I feel like they don't do it to like embarrass you or dismiss you or ostracize you, but they're just like that's how they
can help themselves. Right. It's just like it is what it is. Yeah.
Right.
You either it's kind of like it's similar Leo too, like you said. It's like you really F's with it or you really don't. There's not much in between. There's not much. You don't feel moderately about Pisces.
Right.
Similar to I think Leo.
Right.
Again, as a disclaimer, it's always a disclaimer, y'all. If it depends heavily on the rest of the natal chart. The sun sign is what we're talking about. SUN sign. That's only one part. It's a significant part, but it's only one. So just to throw that out there.
Yes. And I'm gonna put this out there too. I'm leaving from this. Their most compatible signs with are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So I could actually see that. I could see the Pisces getting along with Virgo and Capricorn and Taurus and Cancer. My grandmother was married to my grandfather for 37 years. She's a Cancer and he was a Pisces. So it works, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see the compatibility there. In Taurus and Pisces, I can see that too because Taurus is kind of like flatlined, and Pisces will give you that spunk that you need, and with Capricorn as well. Capricorn are like, type of not boring, but Pisces will give you that umph.
Yeah.
That you
flavor.
Need. That flavor.
Fire. Yeah.
That fire that you need.
And they're adaptable too.
Yes.
I think that when situations call for this or that, they're intuitive. They're highly intuitive to a psychic level a lot of the time. So they know what to give and when to give it and how to give it and all those things.
Right.
They have that innate sense of that,
right.
which I appreciate.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're a Pisces, go look for a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus to get you if you want
water and earth sign. I guess
water
and
earth, because they're
grounded
and they can handle that shit. So I feel like if you looking for a lover or somebody that's compatible, and if it failed, try again because it could be their moon sign that messed you up.
It could be the moon. To know all these things.
Yes, and I feel like we should do an episode on moon signs because a lot of people don't know the moon sign, don't know the rising sign. And like I said, I was at the networking event and the guy said to me, he was like, oh, I didn't even know about moon sign. What is a moon sign? What is a rising sign? I only know about he was in shock. Like, I didn't even know all this exists. And I'm like, yeah, it exists. It definitely exists. So we have to get a little informative episode on that.
I'm down. Several.
Yeah,
that calls for several episodes.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to explore the, I guess that'll lend itself. We can probably talk about celebrities. I was going to say the Jesus archetype. But I could see how, because it's the birthday, at the risk of being too controversial, the birthday is celebrated on the 25th of December. But I think that the symbolic and contextual interpretation would mean more like the initiation of the natural year. So it commemorates spring, like March 21st or so. Anyway, it's giving a Pisces energy.
Right.
I'm not saying the actual historical person. I'm saying the Christ-like energy. Christ meaning Messiah. Right. It's an energy that we're describing, right, which embodies like Pisces. And then also we're leaving the Pisces, the age of Pisces, and entering the age of Aquarius. In case y'all didn't see the previous episode, which we discussed. Yes. Anyway, on to less controversial celebrities. We got Bernadette Peters, who was the Black Cinderella's, who was Brandy's evil stepmother.
Oh yeah.
And she was in Annie. I just love her. She was in a lot of stuff, but I'm a Broadway queen, so I'm gonna go to the Broadway folks first. Nina Simone.
Okay.
Giving all the way Pisces energy. They're fierce fighters too. We did say that. You did say that. Yes. Erykah Badu.
Oh yeah, she gives Pisces energy.
She definitely gives Pisces energy, and what do you call it? Like just that psychic ability and all that. Kurt Cobain, Johnny Cash, Spike Lee, Chili from TLC, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who's like the queen, the originator of rock and roll. I think pre Little Richard. Sorry Richie, but I think Sister Rosetta was pre him. Nancy Wilson, the jazz singer, Drew Barrymore, Elizabeth Taylor. There's quite a few. Licky Lee, who's a Swedish singer. Tyler, the Creator. You can tell he's Pisces. Mm-hmm. He gives Pisces energy. Coco Gauff, Simone Biles, Queen Latifah. Okay. That's just LaToya Luckett.
Yeah,
my favorite member from DC.
Yeah. Rihanna.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rihanna gives off that
mm-hmm.
rude boy. Come on now.
Right.
Like she gives that energy. Mm-hmm. Lupita.
Seductress.
Lupita, I don't know how to pronounce her.
Nyong'o?
Yes,
yeah.
Nyong'o. There you go. Adam Levine. I love him too.
Yes.
Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
Like you said, Queen Latifah, Carrie Underwood, and
right.
That's a lot. Elizabeth Taylor. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know
she gives Pisces energy. I can see that. Totally see that. With her, like, what, a half dozen or to a dozen husbands? I can totally see it. And Liza. I feel like they are, they like love, so they like to have different, multiple experiences of it. I mean, it's expensive, but they had money. I guess they could afford those things. Yeah.
Right. And then some of the traits are as well emotionally sensitive. We talked about that. Emotionally sensitive, gracious, emotionally aware. Mm-hmm. That says a lot. Like Pisces are, I feel like, emotionally aware. I feel like that's why they're sensitive, because they're aware of every single little moment that happens, that they can get overwhelmed and just start like crying. Kind of like Cancer in a sense. I feel like they're similar, because Cancer is intuitive people, and they're intuitive with their emotions and other people's emotions around them. That's why they're crab-like. I feel like it's the same. Like it's kind of like giving the same thing.
They have premonitions too. They know shit before it happens.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot of times. Yeah. Like I know a lot of them who are just like inevitably right, and but they know it before it happens. And they may have dreams about it, or they might not, but it's just an intuitive knowing. Right. That's been proven right time and time again.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they said the weaknesses of Pisces, they're unrealistic, they're submissive. Mm-hmm. I can see submissive. They're self-pitying.
Well, the oldest water sign, so.
Dependent and codependent. I feel like this is true in a sense, in my experience, because I feel like Pisces can be a little bit clingy. And I feel like that's a little bit of a part of depending on somebody, but not fully depending on them, but like they want to be around somebody all the time. I feel like they could be just a tiny bit, just a tiny
bit. It can be too much.
Yeah, clingy. Yeah. When I had my Pisces friends, both gave me a little bit clingy, like, okay, girl. Like, it was like,
yeah, I've had an experience or two like that myself. Yeah, but I also I crave my own solitude. Like I'm an empath and a introvert.
Yeah.
Well, maybe an extroverted introvert if anything, but like absolutely and essentially an introvert. Absolutely. So I need to be alone to recharge.
Yes.
And I'm a writer too, so that's just a solitary practice. and like occupation or whatever. But so I can appreciate that. I mean, I like my solitude anyway, but I can see how. But they're so psychic, and I feel like there's no other sign quite as psychic, at least in terms of the bare bones that the what you see right at face value. So it might be lonely, and I think I said I don't know many Capricorns. I know more Pisces than Capricorns, but I think that there's the least amount of Pisces. I think I read that, like statistically, they're the least frequent sign. So they might be lonely, and be wanting some hardcore physical proximity, but like I guess don't come to us too much because we need our solitude to be able to be good and giving to others.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
But
That's true.
it's usually not personal on my end anyway. Yeah.
Right. So thank you guys for tuning in to Pisces season with us.
Thank you. Yes. And happy new moon in Pisces.
Yes.
Real quick, maybe new moons are good for setting intentions and I guess clearing any old funky energy or things that aren't serving you and visualizing, manifesting new ones. We can, a new moon in Pisces, I would take that to mean to dream big or to manifest as big as possible the most radical thing you want or the most radical things you want. And not necessarily materialistically, but like the energy that you would feel from it, the feeling that you would feel from it, visualizing it and all of that. And worry about how to get there outside of the new moon. Pisces is about you could be a little delusional and imaginative. So
dreamy.
Yeah, dreamy. So picture that radical goal, that so-called radical goal. And dream big. That's what I would say.
And also stay in tune with your emotions. Be mindful of your emotions and stay in control of your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you in a sense, because I feel like it's all about, like we said, emotional beings. And once we are mindful and we can control our emotions, we can control anything. So
that's it. And mindful of others' emotions not being your own.
That part.
And not carrying that baggage inward.
That part.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all. Peace.
Bye-bye.